just going to check my audio. Bear with me a second. Right, that seems to be fine. Morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, I don't know. It's a bit of a cliche saying that, isn't it, really? Right, I'm going to do a live stream because this Bryan Denlinger crew have sort of come back on YouTube again with the same old stuff. Right. Girly arguments in the playground, and maybe you could argue that I should just leave it well alone, and I would probably agree with it. In fact, I do. Maybe, I don't know, I've got doubts. I mean, the trouble is you can't just let these people get away with the scam and the backbiting, and it is important to warn people away from these people who will get you embroiled in their group. And there are good things about it, in a sense. I'm not even sure I should say that. Because Bryan is back on YouTube. Bryan Denlinger. He calls himself born-again barbarian now. I've just been watching John Craggan's video and I've realised I've been using the same intro music as him. I didn't know that. But John hasn't done any videos for since Christmas. He's just done this one on Accountable KJV. I'll put a link to his video so you can check out his channel if you want to later. John has had quite a bad experience with the Bryan Denlinger crew. I was never really part of it. I used to talk to a lot of them. Well, I say a lot of them, 5 or 6 of them. And we used to have some quite good conversations. Friday night, 10 o'clock. Do a live stream, would be all in there chatting. I'm going to play John's video. Oh, there it is. I'll just move that tab over. I'm going to play it from the beginning. It's only a very short video. I like the scenery. Oh, by the way, I should tell you that I actually heard Accountable KJV say that on one of his streams, on one of his videos. I think I might have downloaded it, or I maybe got the transcript. But I can vouch for what John is saying here. Well, John's going to share screen anyway, so.
All right, just wanted to do a video on Accountable KJV's blasphemous statement calling Jesus Christ a sinner. This is on a video he did about 2 months ago, and I actually did a video on my other channel, but I didn't really post on this channel because it was kind of amateur, it was a bit immature. But this is going to be a more kind of scriptural refuting of Accountable KJV's blasphemous statement. Basically calling Jesus Christ a sinner, and he'll deny it, but he's essentially calling Jesus Christ a sinner in the statement that he says in this video. So let's go right into the video. This is the video. It's called The Worship of the Skin Suit, and it actually was a reply to a video that, or some videos that Bob made, calling out his heresy.
Yeah, that's me. I was ignored, of course. I do think you should tidy that beard up, though, Brad.
This blasphemy of calling Jesus Christ a skin suit. The thing about Cannibal KGB is he's a blasphemer. That's what it comes down to. He says all kinds of wicked stuff about Jesus Christ, and in the context of exposing the Jesuits, which obviously the Jesuits are a satanic evil cult. No one's denying that. But here goes the extra mile of so-called exposing the Jesuits by attacking biblical doctrine, the fact that Jesus Christ was sinless and his flesh was sinless. Okay, Jesus Christ's flesh was not sinful, and again, to the scripture why that is the case. Okay, he had temptation. He was tempted. There was that example of Satan tempting him in Matthew chapter 4. But Jesus Christ did not have sinful flesh. And he was certainly not a skin suit like a Cannibal KGB, the blasphemer says. And of course, if you're Catholic, you're a Jesuit, if you think it's blasphemy, which he tries to make out in this video, but it's not. It is wicked. It's wicked to make comments about Jesus Christ like that. So let's play this video of him. This is about 2 minutes and 54 seconds in, I think it is. Yeah, I believe about 2 minutes. Make sure I return. Yeah.
I mean, just imagine, though, the stupidity, the utter foolishness, right, of calling John here. I won't give you his full name because he doesn't give that on his video. Right, I've known John over 2 years now, maybe 3 actually. Calling John Craggan a Jesuit. Sorry, I've got so used to calling him that. That is his name. But calling John here a Jesuit is beyond ridiculous. He's only just turned 20, I think. Or is it 21? 21. No. It's just crazy.
So 2 minutes and 54 seconds in, let's hear what he says. Oh, and by the way, too, another point I want to make about Cannibal KGB, and as much as I disagree with JT does, as much as I think he is in all kinds of wickedness and sin towards with attitude towards Bryan, he is right about one thing, that a Cannibal KGB does your typical, false prophet tactic of speaking with this kind of actor type voice, and just this overly charismatic, it's just a bunch of acting. That's all that it is. And Cannibal KGB does it all the time in his videos. So we're going to play this clip. Watch as he says this wicked statement about Jesus Christ, flesh being sinful.
But remember, you're Christians. Yeah, remember that. Let me give you your little thing.
Well, I was going to point this out as well. He makes this big, huge issue about, how you can't say Christian. It has to always be the Church of the Living God. You can't call yourself a Christian. You can't do that. He makes
Yeah, you're right, John. It is crazy, isn't it? I mean, we were first called Christians in Antioch, as you well know.
The big issue out of that, which is totally unnecessary. It's insanity. But continuing on.
Okay, so you can go do your live streams and do your stupid little videos. Okay, here, let me give you something. The flesh profiteth nothing. All flesh is sinful. Here you go. The flesh of Jesus Christ, the Word made flesh, the flesh, the skin suit was sinful. Oh!
Yeah, blood. I knew what was coming. I just wish I hadn't. I hate using that word, wish.
Blasphemy, right? Yeah, an unutterable blasphemy.
There was nothing sinful about Jesus Christ, Brad. I mean, that's so basic to the gospel.
Shut up. Go away. There you go. Make your live stream. Do your little thing. I have a really good.
That is blasphemy. What he's saying. And look at this acting type voice he puts on. But yes, Cannibal KGB. Yes, Brad, that is blasphemy. Hence why I like to sometimes call him. There was a channel I came across. It was called Accountable KGB, the Blasphemous Papist, or something like that. It was a channel I came across, and they basically upload videos from Brother Bob on Accountable KGB. And Brad is a blasphemer. Hence why one of my nicknames I sometimes like to call him is Brad the Blasphemer. But going to get into the scriptures on this, because why it is blasphemy to say that Jesus Christ's flesh is sinful. Okay. First of all, the Bible never says that he had sinful flesh. It says it was in the likeness of sinful flesh. His keyword there, Romans chapter 8, verse 3. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, God sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh. Okay. I want to point something out. Oh, sorry, I wasn't full screen. So I'll read it again, Romans chapter 8, verse 3. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, God sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh. Sorry, I wasn't full screen when I read that before. But what's going on? He's in the likeness of sinful flesh. Jesus Christ's flesh was not sinful. It never says that. The likeness. Okay? Likeness does not mean the same thing. You know, I'm made in the likeness of his image. Doesn't mean I am his image. Doesn't mean I am God. I'm made in his likeness. Big difference there. Okay.
There was no sin in Jesus. If there had been, Satan would have been right on it. He would have been right on it and accused him before the Father. Jesus was absolutely and totally, sinlessly perfect and holy and righteous. And, you know, I was amazed when I heard Brad say that on that video some months ago. I can't remember when it was done. I think it was the middle of last year, June, July, I can't remember.
And the likeness is sinful flesh. His flesh was not sinful. And how do we know that? Well, John chapter 1, verse number 14. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. And we beheld his glory, the glory of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. So he is the Word was made flesh, and he was full of grace and truth. How can that be if he had sinful flesh? He cannot be full of grace and truth if he had sinful flesh while on earth. Okay, where is it? Where's the other verse I go to? I think it was John chapter... Here it is. John chapter 1, verse 29. The next day, John seeth Jesus coming unto him, saith, Behold the Lamb of God, which taketh away the sin of the world. If he had sinful flesh, he could not be that perfect sinless sacrifice that was required. It's that simple.
Yeah.
And anyone could just see that. And of course, you have John 1:36. And behold, looking upon Jesus, he walked and saith, Behold the Lamb of God. Okay. Jesus Christ could not have done the perfect sinless sacrifice required if he had some flesh, like I said before. But another scripture I wanted to just quickly search up. I guess this wasn't in my notes, but it just came to my mind right now, actually. Because this really refutes the whole thing of him being sinful. Where's the exact verse? It is. Yeah. It is 1 Peter chapter 1. Verses 18 to 20. For as much as you know that you were not redeemed with corruptible things, you were not redeemed with corruptible things as silver and gold for your vain conversation received by the tradition of your fathers. Sorry to all the Roman Catholics out there. But with the precious blood of Christ as of a lamb without blemish and without spot, who verily was foreordained before the foundation of the world, but was manifest in these last times for you. Without blemish, without spot. Okay, where else do we see that? For example, we see that in where is it? Sorry, it's 1 John chapter 3, verse 5. Again, these weren't in my notes. I probably should have had these in my notes. 1 John chapter 3, verse 5. And you know that he was manifest to take away our sins, and in him was no sin. What is this talking about? When he was manifest to take away our sins, in him is no sin. Okay, that includes his flesh. If he had sinful flesh, he could not take away our sins because he would have sin within him. It's that simple. That's why it's blasphemy to say that Jesus Christ had sinful flesh. Let me go to the other verse. 2 Corinthians chapter, let me full screen. Because I don't want to be not full screen when I'm doing this, obviously. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 21. For he hath made him to sin for us who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God in him. If he knew no sin, but had sinful flesh, there's a contradiction there. He knew no sin. He was made sin for us. It doesn't say his flesh was sinful. So this is just a bunch of wickedness coming from Accountable KJV, or Brad the Blasphemer, as I like to call him. Jesus Christ's flesh was spotless. It was perfect. He was the lamb without blemish, without spot, like it talks about again in 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 19. He was tempted, you have that in Matthew chapter 4 and Luke chapter 4, but his flesh was not sinful. So don't believe the lies of Brad the blasphemer. Okay? Do I think he's lost? Again, I don't know. I'm not like these Denlinger people who just call everybody lost, but he's definitely in very, very serious error and needs to repent of this wicked heretical, this heresy of Jesus Christ being the skin suit of God the Father, which is just wickedness to say something like that, and this heresy that Jesus Christ has sinful flesh. So anyway, don't be deceived. May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with all the brethren. Goodbye.
Yeah, John's put up with a lot of garbage off these Denlingers. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Brad. I know he's messing up. I don't hate the guy, you know. I've had a lot of conversations with Brad on, what they call it, Google Hangouts, Google chat thingy. You know, that one you have in your email address? I don't know what the proper Google Hangouts, I think they call it. Now, Jacob Thompson, I'm going to put the PDF. I'm going to make it public. You can download it. Trouble is, I might get a copyright strike. But I'm going to share this. I'm not going to listen to Jake. Just going to share screen. I don't want to spend much time listening. I don't want to spend any time actually listening to him. This is a whole saga, this. What's happened is, just before Christmas, Philip Newton had a disagreement with Bryan Denlinger, the leader of the Bryan Denlinger Ruckmanite crew, over Christmas trees and prezzies and all this stuff, the pagan. Bryan likes to celebrate Christmas. He's got a young lad. And, you know, giving a sort of good Christmas to your son or your children, it helps give them memories, you know, fond memories and this, that, and the other. Yeah, you can have a great Christmas without putting a tree up with all the lights and the trimmings, and nobody bows down to a tree in a Christian household. And yeah, I understand the pagan stuff surrounding Christmas, but my faith is stronger than what this Christmas stuff does. I was going to say something else. Oh, yeah. The Christians, unfortunately, in the past, to undermine the pagan religion in the local community, in the country, and their practices, they seem to have adopted these pagan festivals and sort of Christianized them, which is obviously wrong. I understand why they would have done it. As I say, to undermine, you know, paganism and that sort of thing. But actually, it caused more problems in the future than necessary. But I understand the sort of reason for doing it. I'm sure I could put it better. I don't study all the stuff around Christmas. I have done. I've read Alexander Hislop's book on called it The Two Babylons. But if Bryan didn't have a son in his household, he and his wife probably wouldn't even bother with a Christmas tree. Or maybe they would. But anyway, Phil Newton has got on Bryan's case over it. Phil is sort of with the in crowd, I think, in the Bryan Denlinger crew. He's upset Bryan, so everybody's on Phil Newton's case now. This is Jacob Thompson, Jacob the Snake. Real trouble. Bryan Denlinger used to do live streams and he would get this guy in, Jacob Thompson, Tim Connon, Jeremy Carter, Last Days Mays, and they'd all be in there sort of answering questions from the side chat, pointing out false teachings of the various people, and they would have a session on rebuking and this, that, and the other, calling people out. And then one week, they started accusing Jeremy Carter, Rod of Iron, KJV, of stealing, being greedy for money, telling lies. I didn't believe any of it, actually. Wasn't quite sure the reasons for thinking he was a thief. But they spent a good 2 hours slagging him off. I don't know what went on in the background, in private, in Skype. But if I know what these people are like, and I certainly do, I think, there would have been a great deal of backstabbing. Yeah, Jacob is a guy who wrote a book called The Lord of Glory, a definitive guide to who God is. And one of his statements on page 427, I haven't got the PDF ready, I should have done. If you ask me for it in the comments section, I will post a link to the PDF, and then you can download it, and then I will delete the link once you tell me you've got it. Or I will email it or something, I don't know. But here's the comments underneath. There's only 54 comments. Oh, there's somebody's made one. Thank you doing this video, Brother Philip. Thank you doing this video, brother. Yeah, your grammar's a mess, Bryan. Philip is a liar. I had way too much grace for him over the years. Too much grace? Right. And then there's a Catholic in there spurging his garbage. Do I see inerrantist is answering him? I know what Matthew's like. Paragraphs much, Matthew, could be useful to help people to read what you're saying there. Now then, hold on. There's some other things here. He's obviously referring to Phil Newton here. So many things he could say. He knows who he has lied to and about whom he has lied about to others, what he has lied about, and so on. Yeah, well, if you don't have actual proof that he's lied, I suggest that you keep your insinuations to yourself, Matthew. You have a habit of that. I think now he's referring here to accountable KJV, because I can read between the lines of what this guy's saying. I know exactly, because I know what sort of words accountable KJV uses on his videos. So I wonder if he's on about Phil Newton and accountable KJV here. I wonder if it's all about accountable KJV, actually. So Matthew knows that Brad has lied about stuff, who he's lied to, and this and the other. You and I both know what was said while something else was said to others. The Lord did see it, however, and he remembers, mister. Don't name names, 1 Corinthians 11:1. You will pay for what has been said openly or secretly. I hope you know that as you read this. If you do, well, that phrase there, if you do, is what Brad always puts on under the title of his videos when he makes his comments in the information section. Some of these I don't know about. Some new names in this crew. Oh, I'm tired. Ministry of Truth. Yeah, I've seen you around. Interesting. Didn't realise this had gone on for months, to be fair. I don't pay much attention. But just seen Newton's vid yesterday and went on the offensive in Bryan's comments. So I suppose it's time to settle in and weigh up exactly what went on. I'm sick of you too, says Jacob. Yeah, there's a bit of arguing here. Get a job, it's not hard to provide for yourself. Rather, you would rely on handouts than earn your bread. How can me saying that aggravate you? I've actually made donations to Denlinger, blah, blah. Yeah, pipe down and drop the pride. Go on, Ministry of Truth. Well, okay. Yeah, he's on about Jacob plagiarising Ruckman. I'll put a link to this garbage in a minute. I don't read all this. I mean, these people will argue the back legs off a donkey. Yeah, I've heard of Uriah G19. Another piece of work. Yeah, there's a lot of arguing to and fro in here. I'm not gloating over that fact, but I'm not surprised at it either. I mean, does Bryan think he's a bishop? Or Philip Newton thinks he's a bishop? They don't think Philip Newton's saved now, whereas last week he was. Right. So devising inerrantist is having a go at Jacob. How dare you put such an offensive title on a video that questions men of God? You should know better, Brother Jacob. Shame on you. Oh, he's laughing. Oh, he's being sarcastic. Right. All right. Yeah, let me tell you, divisive inerrantist is every bit as much of a troublemaker as accountable KJV, Bryan Denlinger, Jacob Thompson. It is a rat's nest of nastiness, let me tell you. John Craggan will tell you that. I'm not going to listen to this clown. I mean, he thinks he can write a definitive guide to who God is. Wow. That is the utmost presumptuousness, isn't it? Do you think? I'll put a link to this so you can have a look yourself. I'm not trying to stir trouble. I'm just thinking to myself, wow, doesn't, what goes around comes around. I've got no beef with Phil Newton, by the way. Let me do. Oh, yeah, has he? Yeah. I've seen you around, Aaron Watt. I think you're on Twitter, aren't you? I'm sure I've seen you. I've communicated with you on Twitter. I'll show you my Twitter page.
No, you always skip it.
Yeah, hold on. Bear with me. Aaron Watt. I've got no beef with you, by the way, Aaron Watt. I've got no beef with anybody. As far as I know. I'm just sick of Bryan. I mean, Bryan's basically hinting for money. He's whinging about having to do 3 weeks' work to do this series on off-grid. I mean, I don't know what other money he's got since then, but he got $40,000 about 18 months ago. That's a lot of money. That should easily last 2 years, I would have said. Anyway, just to show you who I am, you might remember. That's my Twitter page there, look. I'm going to change my profile on there soon anyway. In fact, I could do it now, couldn't I? Yeah. Do you remember me? Oh, you maybe do, maybe not. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I've retweeted some of your stuff on there. Going to change that image, put it to that. That'll do it. Yeah. I'll change it now to... I don't really go on Twitter because I sort of not exactly lost interest. I've done about 60,000 tweets on Twitter talking to Catholics, trying to make them wake up to the false teaching. And really, I never got anywhere. All they do is just block you, and then they never see your tweets again. So, yeah, that's my profile there. Boot the door and shout through the crack. How are you, Aaron? I hope you're well. I haven't seen any of your tweets on here lately. If I do, I usually retweet them. I always do, but I don't spend much time on Twitter. As soon as somebody doesn't like, I mean, they do. It's the same thing on YouTube, isn't it? As soon as somebody doesn't like what you say, they just block you, and then you got to go on. Yeah, thank you. Oh, that's nice to know. Somebody remembers me. Yeah, what's that? I'm not gloating, Phil. Sorry, I don't mean Aaron. Sorry. I'm not gloating, Aaron. I can see it. I could see it coming. They treated Aaron Deering like guy. I mean, I saw it in their live stream once. Jeremy Carter, Tim Connon. I got to talk to Tim. I don't know what's going on with him lately. Always liked Tim. Jeremy Carter, no problem with him. I've never spoken to Last Days Maze. People getting kicked in the teeth. Even people close to Bryan, but the one person who's left now, of all those that used to go in live streams with Bryan, is Jacob. Bryan plugged Jacob's disgusting book. Now Bryan's written a book. Jacob's got this big WordPress website, massive donation buttons on it. Bryan's after more money now. He probably wants another car or something. Or he sold his other house in Bridgenorth or whatever it's called. No, Tim did a video just before Christmas. I'll show you his channel. You just type in AVBTM. I'll just do that now. Easy enough to find. There he is. I'll share screen. I've got his email address, but I don't know if he's all that keen on people giving his email address out. I have emailed him a few times. Just type in AVBTM in the YouTube search thingy. Here he is. In fact, actually, I'll make it easy for you. I'll put a link to his channel there. You probably know where his channel is anyway. Aaron Deering, he's been off YouTube since before Christmas. I don't know what's going on with Aaron. I've got no argument with Aaron. He isn't on YouTube as far as I know. I haven't looked. You remember John Craggan, I should think. Pure coincidence. Well, I don't know if there's such a thing as coincidence, but I just listened to John's video and I realised that I actually use the same introduction music as him. I hadn't realised. I've been using it for the last couple of weeks. And I watched one of John's videos. He's only just sort of come back on uploading videos to YouTube. Same music. I don't know what's gone on with Accountable KJV. Whatever it is, it isn't of God. It used to be okay. I spent over 100 hours in conversation with him and some of the others. And he's gone totally pear-shaped. I mean, he calls John Craggan a Jesuit. He calls me a Jesuit. He's got others doing it. He's turned people against me. Just because I had a conversation with King's Table. I don't like people telling me who to talk to or who not to talk to. I'm the only one who decides that. I'll make my own mistakes, not someone else's. So, I don't know if Tim hasn't disappeared. I think he's found some local fellowship, maybe. Oh, it's nice to know that you talk to John regularly. I haven't had a conversation with John in months now. Are you still part of the Denlinger crew? Are you still in there? Are they friendly with you? I don't mind if they are. I think the Christians. I just think some of them are a little bit deluded. They're relying too much. I mean, I can understand someone relying on Bryan for their understanding of Scripture if they're not actually able to read. But then Bryan he's come out with some quite wicked stuff. I hardly ever listen to Accountable KJV. I haven't been to his channel. I get notifications from his channel. I see what he's going on about when he does a video, when he uploads it. But that's about it. But any problems he's having, he seems to blame on others. I don't know. Why do I keep coming across nasty people on YouTube, though? Some really wicked stuff going on there. Well, I hope you will encourage John. I think I'm going to close my stream now. I can't think of anything else I was going to talk about. A certain person was going to do a video tonight. I'm thinking he might have changed his mind. Yeah, piece of garbage he is. Right, I was talking about somebody else. Yeah, Bryan has gone pear-shaped in the last 2 years. He has done some excellent videos. I don't know if you've checked out his videos on the what did he call the videos? Pre-trib rapture in the Scriptures. I've I've got that list. I went through every one of them videos. Used to do some. You know what I think went wrong there, Aaron? The money crept in, and his wife. She made him look absolutely stupid when she came on stream with him. Dressing up and all that silliness. It was beyond ridiculous. Right, I think I'll close now. I don't know if you want to come in and chat. The link's there. If you wanted to, you'd have probably clicked on it. Yeah, it's changed. I think it's the money. I don't know. I think his wife is an influence on him. Because I don't think she would want to live like a 16th century peasant. And he's not even doing that. He's not living off grid. And he's not living independently. What was the word he used? It's not. I don't think you can argue you're living off grid if you're getting donations from people. I mean, I thought the idea of living off grid was out in the middle of a forest, on your own piece of land, living off the land, cutting your own wood, hunting and collecting your own food, water, things like that. But no, he's got about 5 vehicles. He had a JCB at the back of his house, in this new house he bought. $40,000 he's collected in, and we don't know what donations he's got on his website. So, and I should think he's getting money from Jacob's book as well, because Bryan plugged it for him. Yeah. If it had just stayed on Rumble, I would have just completely forgotten them. Yeah, he made some other good points as well. You see, Aaron was right in the mix of the backstabbing and stuff on Skype, so he knows what's gone on, what is going on. I think they've just forgotten him. Yeah, I'm going to listen to this video. I might even record it. I listened to this Catholic absolutely get a right spanking on another channel. Made an absolute. He really, this guy who questioned him and discussed things with him, absolutely destroyed him, and I loved every minute of it. Yeah. Are you in contact with Aaron? Aaron, are you in contact with Aaron Deering? Yeah, I noticed Divisive Inerrantist is still there. Phil Newton's been booted. Bryan Harlow has been booted. Accountable KJV has been booted by Bryan. I think Alexander Hartley as well. I don't find any of it funny, mind you. I do sort of miss the conversations with them, but you know, if I wasn't butt-sucking Bryan, they probably didn't like me, and I was never butt-sucking him. All right, yeah. I don't go on Twitter anymore. I mean, how many tweets have I done on Twitter now? I showed John all my different profiles on Twitter. I must have done about 63 or 64,000 tweets. That might sound a bit mad, but it's easy because there was an app on that you could use called TweenJoy. So you put your tags on, your image, your text, and you could just press this button and it would keep tweeting it. And what I would do, I'd change the image and the text and maybe some other thing and then tweet that 40 or 50 times, you know. Yeah. I nearly lost my channel over that. Somebody coming on my channel and discussing that. He was wittering on about it and like, I knew I should have deleted the video straight after. I hadn't realised how good the Google algorithm is. So,
explain to you why he is.
Yeah, that clown started this video. I'm going to go, look, Aaron. If you want to come round, again, I appreciate it. I'm going to close the stream now. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel, make comments here and there. I'll come back on Twitter and I'll see what's going on. Is that you, Jason? Hold on, let me put my...
Yeah, I just wanted to say hi.
Oh, hello.
Yep.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. Bob, I'm going to go to the butcher in a short while on Saturday morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to say hello. Yep.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. How's everything over there in the UK, Bob?
Oh, fine. Fine. I was just about to end this stream.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. You can end it whenever you want to. I just wanted to say hi. Yeah.
Yeah. The Denlinger crew are back online.
Yep.
And they're all arguing between each other at the usual. Phil Newton.
Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, I don't.
You should have come in earlier.
Sure. I can talk when you end the stream anyway. I can talk briefly and then I'll go.
Okay, let me just play this and then you can talk to me when the stream's ended.
Yep.